around and you'll find me. I'm by your side, arms open wide. I am good, you are loved. 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 If you forget, just lift your head. My banner over you is love. If you forget, just lift your head. My banner over you is love. If you forget, just lift your head. My banner over you is love. If you forget, just lift your head. My banner over you is love. If you forget, just lift your head. My banner over you is love. And goes, one thing that you must know is I am good, you will love.
That's the message from God. Somebody give them a round of applause.
On the 6th of August, the UNZA chapel, between the hours of 9 and 2200 hours, the Great Commissioners International held an arts extravaganza, as they called it, under the name Manifest, from which a plethora of allegations has since arisen. Hannah Mandama, a third-year engineering student, Masadi, was in attendance together with 3 other Momas and 2 monks. Having heard the divine ministrations, she was empowered to set her spiritual life straight. She therefore made it a point to pray 7 hours every day, as 7 represents completion, in order to be useful and relevant to God. However, the opposite has become her testimony. Hannah soon realized that she was a prophetess, and she refused to hold it back, prophesying daily and eventually concluding that education was a waste of her time, distracting her from truly manifesting. So she didn't graduate. She has since started her ministry, Jesu Warriors International Prophetic Academy, a school and church dedicated to teaching believers about their true inherent potential found only in the fivefold ministry of the Lord. If you're not a prophet or a pastor, sorry for you. With this newfound revelation, Hannah now believes that the inherent potential and ability of every Christian starts and ends within the fivefold. She strongly opposes any teaching that encourages believers to consider a sheer waste of time and ungodly. Consequently, with this discovery, she seeks a formal declaration from the church affirming her position and declaring any ability outside the fivefold as a demonic and earthly relevant, serving in the protocol department, in the choir, and even in ushering, while also taking on 2 high-paying jobs, such as a legal clerk, politician, and a doctor. On an unspecified date, he attended a political debate where he was insulted, and I quote, he was called a politically uncircumcised, gross waste of God bless you. On another occasion, one of his patients was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. He refused to believe such a report, and he decided to evoke his inherent healing ability, proclaiming to the entire hospital ward that the patient would be healed. 2 days later, however, both his pride and his patient were dead. On another unverified date, his supervisor assigned him a client. In their confidential meeting, the client confessed to having participated in the very corrupt practices for which he was being sued. Due to the client-lawyer confidentiality clause, Bernard was forced to go against his principles, a price he could not pay. Consequently, he decided to quit his job. Now, Brother Bernard has realized that it is impossible for a true Christian to be relevant both on earth and in heaven, and has concluded that any other message is pure deception and hearsay. He therefore seeks a formal declaration in that regard. Then there's Brother Abel, who was equally in attendance at Manifest. Manifest. He remembered vehemently as the man of God proclaimed, "The word of God is able to make you a wonder. In all you're getting, get the word." Afterwards, he set his mind to get the word, reading the Bible cover to cover 7 times 7 to make it complete. Years later, nothing has come of his life. He is full of scriptures and proverbs, but certainly not a wonder. He finds it difficult to relate to modern life and finds intelligent conversations absolutely frightening. After becoming known as a pastor without even having a church, it has now become his solemn conviction that the word of God is certainly not able to make you a wonder. A pastor, perhaps, but not a king. He seeks that record to be nullified, and that education be declared the only true equalizer and the only true path to success.
Court rise.